there isn't an artist in Houston as loved as Zero. He's probably the most loved Houston artist within Houston.
Today still?
He still, his following is strong. His following is definitely strong. His base ain't gone anywhere. But probably as you got J-Dog, you got Fast Lane, you got some loved artists, but the streets of Houston loved Zero, man. And this is the point I'm trying to make. They love Zero so much, you know, when they was burning CDs and they had the CD book where you could put, you'll get in somebody's car and you'll be flipping through the book and you'll see nothing but CDs with Zero wrote in marker on it. I know my partner Twin, he was a Zero fanatic, man. He had an entire book with none but Zero CDs. And I always said that Zero, even though he was big within the city, like if they wouldn't have bootlegged Zero as much as they did, Zero probably would be the richest rapper in Houston. He's the most bootlegged artist in Houston.
Nah, you can't deny Zero's talent.
Yeah, probably the only other thing that was bootlegged more than Zero in Houston is probably a screw tape. Right. That's probably the only thing that got more copies within the streets that wasn't retailed. But
let me ask you this. Since you spoke about Zero, when you seen this Trey and Zero stuff go down, and then he went to the news, how did you feel about that?
Look, Zero was definitely one of the most bootleg rappers in Houston, fam. Everybody had them burnt CDs of Roll. You know what I mean? Like he said, bro, everybody had a big book of Zero CDs, but that wasn't Zero's problem. Zero's biggest problem was at the height of his career, he was rocking with Rapper Life, bro. Look, somebody gotta say this shit. It wasn't the bootlegs. Everybody was getting bootleg. If you was anywhere in New York, bro, this has been going on. Been going on. Wu-Tang was getting bootleg, bro. Every group, every rapper, everybody that makes entertainment, music, movies, and more. You know what I mean? You're gonna get bootleg, but that's not gonna hinder your career. That ain't what's gonna hinder your career. Look, this is my problem with this dude, Smackwater. It ain't just a shirt. It ain't just a size medium shirt with his belly hanging out of him. That ain't the only thing. The thing is, he don't answer the questions properly, bro. If you're gonna say what hindered Zero career, it was Rapper Life, fam. He was trying to be loyal to the soil. He was trying to keep it so H-time when he should have been thinking universal. Shouldn't have been thinking local, because he wasn't just a local talent. Yeah, the man really had skill in his heyday. These days, Zero kind of played out. Yeah, Zero kind of played out. Houston still rock with him, but he ain't got the love he once had. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And when you ask who has the love for the city, none of them. None of them. None of us. You know what I mean? It's not in the artist's hands these days. Why? 97.9 don't even play Houston shit, fam. Let's just be on 93.7 don't even play Houston shit. The Houston music scene is not even highlighted in his own city. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You ride through the streets, bro, and see what niggas are jamming. YB, YFN Lucia, Young Thug, you know what I mean? You're never gonna hear nobody jamming Albert Walker, Slim Thug, the list goes on, Kurt Cobain. You're not gonna Zero new shit? Nah, you still gonna hear Zero old shit coming out of trunks, banging through the block, but you ain't gonna hear none of that new shit. You ain't gonna hear Propane. No sir. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna hear Lil Jeremy. No sir. Niggas banging that shit in private. When you go in public, you wanna ride right. This ain't me dissing Houston. This is just me being honest, fam. This is my city too, fam. But ain't no H-Town love when it comes to the music scene. I'm just being honest. Niggas are outsourcing. Kodak Black, YB, Kendrick Lamar, Drake. You not even rapping the shit from your city, bro. Why? None of them pass the torch correctly. None of them pass the torch. Once you don't pass the torch, it's like, fuck you. OG or not. You know what I mean? Nigga, be tell you the truth. Nigga, you wasn't my OG. This is how it goes on everywhere. But in places like Atlanta, they put each other on. You know what I mean? Yeah, in places. Lil Baby just brought out YF and Lucci, even though he know he didn't like him. You know what I mean? But it's on some Atlanta shit. Houston got a lot to learn from Atlanta. And one would say, Abba learned it from Atlanta. Yeah, Abba took J Money shit and ran with it. That's just Albert, you know what I mean? Everybody needs to have the same amount in ways, you know what I mean? In ways. But for somebody to think they gonna be all the way up here and then they gonna help the next man or not help the next man gonna be down here, is not balancing out property. Everybody wants to be, like Albert say, everybody wants to be the leader in the baller Olympics. Look, bro, what makes you great is not what you could do for yourself. It's how great you could make others, fam. That's what makes you great in this world. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Niggas got to do more. I'm gonna say that again. Niggas got to do more, fam. Point blank period. If you want this bitch to be what you want it to be. But right now, Streets ain't rocking with Zero. Streets ain't rocking with nobody from Houston, fam. Let's just be honest. It's cut into little subsections. Yeah, this area, Baytown might be rocking with Lil Jeremy. Right over there by TSU might rock with Albert a little bit. In private, you know what I mean? Propane, I don't know where he hot at. Maybe in the SWAT. Maybe in the SWAT they listening to a little Propane, but it's highly unlikely. Who can we name? Cartel Bo. Ain't really known for no music. They ain't really rocking with Cartel Bo like that in Lakewood. Let's just be honest, bro. On the north side, they ain't rocking with J-Dog like that. You go to Fifth Ward, they ain't rocking with the same niggas they used to rock with in Fifth Ward, bro. They're outsourcing. Look, drop it in the comments. Smackwater, pull yourself together and come back. Yeah, pull yourself together and come back. But if you gonna be on some interview type shit, you gotta keep it real, fam. You gotta keep it real, because the shit you saying only confuses people. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.